Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Mr. Spicy and today we will be doing yet another video game level retrospective. Also, to keep it in the theme of Halloween, we will be discussing the level Floodgate due to the fact that this is the introduction of the Flood in Halo 3. Not like my other videos don't include the Flood, but let's not talk about that. First, let's set the stage. Floodgate is the 5th mission in Halo 3, and it's one of those levels that has players divided. Some love it, while others not so much. Today, we're going to dissect it and see what makes it memorable. So grab your candy, Spartan, and let's jump right into it. Floodgate picks up right after the explosive events of The Storm. Covenant has invaded Earth, found, and accessed the portal to the Ark, which can fire the Halo Ray and beeline straight towards it. Right after this monumental loss suffered by humanity, there is no time to lament. The Flood out of nowhere has taken over a Covenant battlecruiser and has found its way to Earth, and now not only do you have limited time to stop the Covenant, but you now must contain the Flood outbreak before Earth is entirely consumed by the parasite. The fate of Earth and the galaxy hangs in the balance. As the Master Chief, your mission is to destroy the Flood-infested battlecruiser in hopes of stopping the parasite's advance. However, with the now allied elites comes the knowledge of a message from Cortana somewhere inside the ship.
Are looking for something. We didn't believe them when they told us.
It's Cortana, Chief. She's on that ship. Find her. Get her up.
Plans change as you now want to retrieve the message from Cortana, eventually having the elites glass half of Africa in order to save Earth. Similarly, for my last retroactive Halo video, I absolutely love the cutscenes in this game. While they are dated, the lighting and movements easily make them some of my favorites, not to mention the amazing voice lines found in them, even though they can be a bit cheesy here and there.
Our fight is through the portal, with the brutes and the bastard truth.
Fine. We'll remain here. Hold out as long as we can.
Did you not hear? Your world is doomed. A flood army, a grave mother, has you in its sights. We barely survived a small contamination.
And you, shipmaster, just glassed half a continent. Maybe the flood isn't all I should be worried about.
One single flood spore can destroy a species. Were it not for the Arbiter's Council, I would have glassed your entire planet.
Sir, with respect, Cortana.
Now, of course, let's first start off with the gameplay and atmosphere. Floodgate throws a mix of close to mid-range combat and strategic encounters at you. It keeps you engaged and requires adaptability. You're not just shooting your way through, but also making decisions that impact the flow of the game. For example, rushing into a fight will likely get you killed as they overwhelm you with their sheer numbers, or not prioritizing targets as the introduction of the pure forms who can adapt to the fight makes it extremely detrimental to not take them out first. Then there is the setting itself. Since the events of Floodgate happen in the same location as the previous level of the Storm, you do backtrack into the Traxxas factory complex with some added changes such as the changed skybox, which might I add is gorgeous, and the added geometry of a crash-landed battlecruiser all torn to pieces. When you enter the crashed battlecruiser, you see how much the Flood was able to convert biomass to serve its purpose, with the grain mine talking to you along the way through the combat forms like they're its puppets. It sets the tone and easily shows how fast the Flood can start twisting the environment and how it is imperative to neutralize the threat before it's too late. Of course, some might argue that backtracking is one of the many reasons this level falls short on their lists. I would like to counter-argue by saying that the use of backtracking is done methodically, as you are not going through the entire scenery of the previous level, and the added story helps to show how much the threat of the Flood consuming Earth, let alone the rest of the galaxy, truly is. They were able to pilot alien spacecraft and navigate slipspace to find a suitable planet with a significant amount of biomass to take control of, and they started spreading in a relatively short amount of time. This and the introduction of the grave mine in Halo 2 are the most in-game look at how the Flood conscious works. There is nothing more terrifying than a highly intelligent space zombie. The level Floodgate introduces these innovative ideas and scenarios to help raise the stakes and to change up the gameplay so that you're not bored. It does many things for the first time in the series, including the Flood's pure form, the narrative of the Flood finding Earth, and whereas you, the Master Chief, fighting alongside the elites to find a way to stop the Flood. No Halo mission is complete without unforgettable moments, which is why Halo Infinite's levels lack the same wow factor of all the previous entries, as there's nothing that stands out as, hey, look at this very cool or interesting thing that is happening over here. The game can't just play well, it has to make you feel something on an emotional level and get a response out of you. I remember as a child, this level absolutely terrified me and my brother as kids. Even to this day, I still get this unnerving, anxious feeling when I play it. So, it definitely did something right. But it also does a couple of things pretty wrong. For starters, this level would be useless to the plot if it were not for the creation of the uneasy alliance of the human and elite forces. This creates a deus ex machina, as the Flood is used as a plot device to get these two factions together to reconvene their forces, which leads to the Battle of the Ark. If the UNSC went to stop the Prophet of Truth alone, things probably would not have ended a lot differently than what we got. However, the randomness of the Flood somehow making their way to Earth at the specific point in time is a little too abrupt, and how the Flood was able to find the location of Earth is never fully explained. It can be assumed that the Flood of course gained knowledge of Earth from the many of its victims, but launching only one ship to invade Earth, and when it failed to not send another, makes little to no sense, as the Grapevine knows the limits of humanity and would plan accordingly. However, this does not by any means undermine the story's narrative and does add to the overall story lore. There is also the argument of the Flood being too powerful and unfair to play against. I would also like to counter this statement with the following. Flood in Halo 3, while being more diverse in gameplay with the addition of pure forms, does not make this level worse because of it. Flood is also very easily killed compared to the Flood of Combat Evolved and Halo 2. It's mostly an illusion developers make to add more numbers of enemies while lowering their health and buffing your damage to make it seem as though you're in peril. In all reality, they go down with relative ease if you do not put yourself in a position to be flanked or cornered. Not to mention Halo 3 is considered one of the most forgiving, if not the most forgiving, in terms of difficulty. Floodgate has left an undeniable mark on the Halo franchise. It's a level that's often cited when discussing the series' memorable missions. A combination of storytelling, gameplay, atmosphere, and those legendary moments found in between makes it a standout experience in the Halo 3 campaign. Thanks for joining us on this retrospective journey through the level Floodgate in Halo 3. Did you agree with most of my statements, or do you have a different take on this level? Let me know down in the comments below, as I love seeing discussions that can happen as people have their own opinions that can be valid. Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content here on the channel. Until next time, finish the fight, and we'll see you in the next video.